everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be doing the second surrogacy update video for everyone and for myself. First, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who showed their love and support for my first video and for my surrogacy journey. I was overwhelmed by all the love that I got. Anybody who commented, shared, liked, watched my first video, I am so grateful for you. Anybody who reached out with questions, I'm so happy that my video opened that door for you to kind of explore your feelings on this a little bit more. I wanted to go ahead and update you guys on where I'm at with everything. First, I wanted to let you guys know my first video that I did was about 2 months ago. That evening, I was going to be meeting the intended parents, which went super good. I loved them so much. They kind of reinforced my feelings and all of this and the love that I have for this. They were everything, they are everything I want them to be, and I'm super grateful that I got matched with them. That same evening, Martin and I had conversations with them regarding our life now, their life now with their kids, our life with our kids, just kind of getting to know each other. It was really nice to get to talk to them. And then the very next day, Martin and I had our psychological evaluation with a psychologist. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. We definitely had some intense conversations that I wasn't really thinking we were going to have. It was some conversations regarding our childhood, our marriage now, our life with our kids, our life with our family. If anybody knows Martin and I, we are kind of a little bit more private when it comes to our childhood and things we've gone through in the past. So having to open up about that when it's kind of been a long time was a little bit harder than we thought it was going to be. Once we got, positive feedback from her, we were okay to move on. We also got our background checks and everything back, which everything came back great. The agency gave us the thumbs up from the intended parents that they loved us just as much as we loved them. So we got the go ahead. Our intended parents are from the Bay Area, so they chose the fertility center out in San Mateo, California. So we would be doing all of our traveling out there for the first 3 months. So they reached out to us. I hope everyone's okay with the information I'm going to be going over. It is a little bit more sensitive to people that aren't used to talks regarding menstrual periods and things like that. So the IVF center contacted me. They wanted me to be within the 13th to 18th day of my menstrual cycle, which I'd already been past that. So I had to wait a whole other month because I had to wait for my next period to come, and then 13 days for my first period. So it was a little bit longer than it would be for anybody else. Also because my cycles tend to be longer than most. It's about 35 to 40 days in between periods. I don't know why. It's just kind of the way my body works. So it's a little bit longer than what it would be for anybody who has a regular cycle. So I had to wait for that. Once they scheduled the appointment, they reached out to the agency to let them know I was scheduled and I was ready to go. The agency took care of my travel plans, so we did have the option to either fly or to drive down to San Mateo, and mainly because I get scared getting stuck on the pass because it's happened to me quite a few times, I did not want to drive. And then with all the COVID-19 restrictions, it's a little bit scarier to fly and to be in an airport right now, but we take it very serious and we were super cautious with everything. So we flew. I had to take a COVID-19 test before traveling, so I had to wait for that to come back negative. Once that came back negative, I was okay to travel. I had to go a whole day before my actual appointment with the doctor to get the COVID test. So I had to wait for that to come back negative the same day. We left here in the morning, I want to say at like 6 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I got into town over there, I went straight to the IVF center, got my test done, waited for my results, and then I was cleared to do my medical screening the very next day. If you're anything like me, I do not like going to doctor's appointments by myself. Usually my sister or Martin go with me, mainly because I usually don't get the best news when I go in for doctor's appointments, so it kind of intimidates me a little bit. I work myself up a little bit too much, and I kind of get there and I blank. So Martin has a really good memory. He will even tell you down to what the man was wearing in our appointments, like the doctor. So it's a little bit harder for me to go into these appointments by myself, and in California the restrictions are a little bit tougher than they are here, so I was not allowed to have anybody with me during these appointments, and that was definitely harder for me. I am trying to work on that for the upcoming appointments, because I don't think it's going to ease up at all coming up within the next 3 to 4 months. So just giving myself pep talks, going to the doctor, making sure I write myself notes on things that I want to ask, and things that I need to remember. So if you're anything like me, just kind of be ready for things like that. That has always been throughout all of my pregnancies. I don't like to go to any doctor's appointments, even like the weekly checkups at the end. I do not like going to those by myself. So in some later videos, I'll get into more details as to why I don't like going by myself. So once I got to the doctor's appointment, they did some blood work first, which I'm usually really good with blood work. It was a lot. They are testing for STDs. They're testing for your hormone levels, things like that, HIV also, all of those things. And then I had a conversation with the doctor. So we kind of sat down interview style together, and it was some lifestyle questions that he had. If you're anything like me, you want to know things you can do, things you cannot do before and after, during, all of that stuff. So things you definitely need to consider that you don't really think about going into this. You're not really able, you shouldn't be traveling outside of the country, at least before your pregnancy and during your pregnancy. Also, if you're planning on doing any piercings, tattoos, anything like that, you definitely need to hold off on all of those until after. You can't even do it during your pregnancy. You need to wait till after. So a lot of those things are considering factors for people that are weighing their options on this. You definitely want to do your research and make sure that you have all your I's dotted, all your T's crossed, because it is a lot that you need to kind of stay away from going into this. So if you have any questions on that, definitely reach out to me, and I would love to go over that with you. Also, he went over eating habits with me, which, if you know, I definitely like coffee, I like Coke, I like all of that stuff. So it's definitely a change. Usually when I'm pregnant, I do a really good job of staying away from most of those things. But even before, you kind of have to start looking at how you're going to change your lifestyle a little bit when it comes to eating habits. So definitely a conversation that you're going to want to have with your doctor as well, and things like that. So then right after that, he did the ultrasound. He was checking for fibroids, my uterus lining, things like that. So he definitely gave me the thumbs up with the ultrasound. He did let me know I'm pretty healthy and I'm okay to carry again. But I do have to wait at least 7 to 10 days for that blood work to come back, and then I get the complete go ahead. I am medically cleared 100% by the doctor. So there's one, I thought getting cleared by my OB was it, but it's definitely not. You do have to go through a process with the IVF center as well. So once I get the go ahead, I'm 100% cleared with them. They will let the agency know. The agency will start their contracts. So it'll be 3 contracts, one between me, the agency, and the intended parent. So it'll be a lot. Hopefully it'll be an easy process. I know we will be connecting with a lawyer through the agency, so that should make that process a lot easier for us. And then it's a waiting game again. I do have to wait for the next period to come. That's going to be in January, so I'll have to wait for that to start my medications. I have already started my supplements. So supplements are like vitamins, iron, your prenatal, folic acid, things like that, preparing your body for pregnancy. So I've already started that. I got that in yesterday, so I started them last night, and then I was really excited about it. I don't know why, I always get really excited when I start my prenatals. And then once I start my period again, I'll be okay to start my injections. And then I will be taking some medication as well. So I'm a little nervous about that. I know I'm going to be on a tight schedule with it. Martin is going to be awesome at helping me out. He loves stuff like that. But I'm nervous for the hormone change because I'm not really good with hormone changes, but at least I'll have something to tie it back to. So I know if I'm overreacting, it'll be because of the extra medication that I'm on. So once I get that done, then I will be in another waiting game. So I hopefully will be updating you guys every week on how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, what the next process is. I'm really excited to be doing these. If you guys have any feedback, comments for me, please feel free. I am totally open to anything you guys want to ask or update me on, or any advice, anything like that you guys want to give me. I am totally 100% willing to take it all in. So I'm really excited to be doing this with everyone. I'm really excited to be here, and thanks for watching.